In this video, I want to talk about one of the most important elements of prepping. Stick around. I just want to take a moment to thank you for dropping in. I want to thank all of my subscribers, supporters, and all the new visitors and welcome you here to 411 Outdoors. I hope you find this content helpful and resourceful. What I'm going to be talking about in this video is largely the heart and soul behind what my channel is all about. If you're new to my channel or follow it for any period of time, what you will go on to discover is that the topics that I cover is broad. I do a lot of gear reviews, but I do gear reviews in relation to my passions. But I pretty much cover everything else that can be enjoyed or experienced outdoors. So if you're an outdoor enthusiast of any kind, I believe you'll enjoy my channel and find something you can relate to. I'm going to use a word in this video that you don't hear me use that often, surprisingly enough to say. But if you read between the lines and you pay attention to my content, you'll know that I'm very much about it, and that is prepping. Now, I believe there are levels to prepping. Some people prep on a smaller scale, some people prep kind of on a medium scale, and some are all out preppers. Whatever you choose to do, respect. I am personally not drawn to a fear-mongering style of prepping. That would just take away my peace. I would never feel like I was doing enough, and I just don't think I would embrace and enjoy the process. I would consider myself a moderate prepper. But here's the thing, there's a lot of different ways that people can prep. Some people will prep financially. They may decide to do a different kind of investing. Some people prep by stocking up things, by building up their stock and building up their supply. But in this video, I want to focus on prepping with skill set. Surely there's a lot of ways that we can prep, but I still believe that growing in our skill sets has got to be one of the most important. And I'm going to give you 3 reasons why. But before I do, let's acknowledge how wide the skill set spectrum is. There's the skill set of understanding how to grow food. There's the skill set of bushcrafting, the skill set of going out and harvesting meat. And there's the skill set of combat, hand-to-hand combat, understanding the use of weaponry, understanding all kinds of different weapons. There's medical and first aid skills. There's the skill set of understanding herbs and natural remedies. The list just goes on and on. And I'll tell you right now, I have a long ways to go in all of these areas, but I'm on the journey, and that's what matters. This may seem like a Captain Obvious topic, but I feel like a lot of people are not getting out and developing their skill sets. A lot of them are sitting in front of the television. They're staring at a phone all day long. We've become a very sedentary society that's hooked on our trinkets. We stare at screens all the time. And I think a lot of people are just sitting down instead of getting out there and actually being proactive to develop skills. I really believe that. And another thing, the world doesn't have to completely fall apart for us to benefit throughout life from these skill sets. Reason number 1 that skill set is so important in disaster preparedness is ongoing survival. Residual benefits. It goes back to the whole idea. You give a man a fish, you feed him for a day. You teach a man to fish, you feed him for a lifetime. The truth is, supplies do run out, stockpiles get low, but good skill set can replenish those supplies. Reason number 2 that the development of skill set is so important in prepping is survival and self-defense. If it ever got bad enough, we need to be able to be sheltered, stay warm, eat, and defend ourselves. Self-defense is one of the most important elements in prepping, because if we are in a post-apocalyptic or just a fallen society, people are going to get worse. There's going to be less restraint, and the ability to defend yourself and use weapons and to know how to use your hands is of utmost importance. And this is one of the areas that I prep the most in. Reason number 3 why skill set is so important is having the ability to be a contributor and not just a receiver. You'll have the ability to give, not just receive. You'll have the ability to contribute, not just take. In terrible times, people have to come together. They have to work as a team. They have to rely on one another. That's how they get through difficult things. And it motivates me to know that I can be a contributor in times like that. If you're a good hunter, you'll be able to put a lot of meat on the table. If you're a good medic, you'll be able to help people who are in need. If you're a good gardener, you'll be able to, maintain the growth of food. Like I said, the list just goes on and on. If you're good with combat and self-defense and the use of weapons, you'll be able to protect the weak from like raiders and people who are going crazy trying to come in to kill, steal, and to destroy. If it ever got bad enough, you can't rely on the military and the police. You got to be the force that defends your family. There's so many other skill sets that I could mention. I don't want to leave anybody out. If you have a skill set, then it applies to you. Even if it's the skill set of being able to take care of children, there's just so many things and so many areas where we can grow in skill set to benefit people in very difficult times. So don't just focus on stockpiling on gold and silver and different types of investments. All those things are great, but don't just focus on that. And don't just focus on building up a stock and building up a supply. Focus on your skill sets. The spectrum is so wide. Focus on the skill sets because number one, you'll be able to have ongoing benefits. Number two, you'll be able to survive and defend. And number three, you'll be a contributor in tough times. I hope you found this information motivational, encouraging, and I hope it just inspires you to get out there and grow in your skill set to be the best you can be for all time. And you know what? If we never face a crisis like we think we may, at least you spent your life and your time developing skill sets that will help people anyway, because we don't have to be in an all-out crisis for our skill set to be a blessing and a benefit to other people. God bless and take care.